Well, then I need you to blow into this breathalyzer. Now, here's the bad news, Hoss. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not, and I'll tell you why, because if that piece of shit's calibrated wrong, I could be convicted of doing something I didn't do. He goes, and I need you to do a field sobriety test. I'm like, just tell me what you want me to do. He goes, I want you to stand on one foot, raise the other foot. No bullshit, fuck that. I'm not doing that either. I'm not, and I'll tell you why. That's not a sobriety test. That's an agility test, and I'm not very goddamn agile. I'm not. And it's not fair to me because I'm older. I'm not in that great of shape. I may or may not be a little drunk. Fuck, I don't know. You know what a fair drunk driving test is? Drunk driving, get in the car, let's do a couple blocks. Let me show you some skills, you know?
Not in a manner that's going to suffice, no. Sir, I'm going to need to see your license if you're going to be going through our DUI checkpoint. It's required by law that you answer our questions. We have a legal reason to be asking you to comply with our lawful orders. And so far, you've given us nothing that would be able to allow us to let you through. I need a valid California driver's license, and I need answers to the questions. So this is a DUI checkpoint. I am Officer Halliday, LAPD. Do you have a valid license to drive in the state of California?
I don't answer questions.
Hello, welcome once again to Leto's Law. I'm Steve Leto. Today we're going to talk about are DUI checkpoints legal? Are sobriety checkpoints legal? Well, likewise, he authored the opinion in the case of Michigan Department of State Police versus SITS, which is 496 U.S. 444. Case came out in 1990. And this is the case where the U.S. Supreme Court said that a sobriety checkpoint, as I just described it to you, is not illegal. It is not a violation of the Fourth Amendment. So I'll have to explain to you what he said because it's very, very important. But among other things, he goes through the whole process of explaining the procedure and the history like I just told you. And then he points out that the trial court applied a balancing test that they'd gotten from a U.S. Supreme Court case called Brown versus Texas, which was only recently decided at that point, which balanced the state's interest in preventing accidents caused by drunk drivers, the effectiveness of sobriety checkpoints in achieving that goal, and the level of intrusion on an individual's privacy caused by the checkpoints. So the court says, look, there's a balancing test here, okay? And we're going to balance these things out and then decide how we find. And they found that this was, in fact, a violation of the Fourth Amendment. So the trial court's findings with respect to the balancing factors were that the state has a grave and legitimate interest in curbing drunk driving. They said that's true. But then they also found that sobriety checkpoints are generally ineffective and therefore do not significantly further that interest, and that checkpoints' subjective intrusion on individual liberties is substantial. And that was the reasoning of the lower court. So it found those three things and said basically, you know, yeah, the state's got the right to fight drunk driving, but the way they're doing it is wrong.
There's a DUI checkpoint down here in Chiefland, Florida. It's going to be ran by the Florida Highway Patrol and the Levy County Sheriff's Department. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do tonight. I have my Fair DUI flyer, and this is my Fair DUI flyer, and you can see it has the fair DUI flyer language, I remain silent, no searches, I want my attorney. And also, on the flyer I have my valid registration, my valid insurance, and my driver's license. And this will all be outside the car with the window rolled down, just like you can see it right here. I mean, the window rolled up, I'm sorry. The window rolled all the way up, and that way I will not have to open my window. Because the second you open your window, they can say they smell alcohol or drugs emitting from the vehicle. And in the moment that you speak a word, they can claim that your speech is slurred.
Expressions like, what the hell is this?
It was hilarious.
Okay, good. So that right there proves the fair DUI flyer works. You do not have to roll your window down. You do not have to talk to them at all. That is the best way to go through a DUI checkpoint. A lot of people start talking to the cops. They want to debate with the cops.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea. As soon as you talk, they can say your speech is slurred, and lie and say your speech is slurred. As soon as you crack your window, they can lie and say that you smell alcohol or other types of drugs emitting from the vehicle. The best thing to do is go through it, windows rolled up, doors locked, and put the fair DUI flyer out there with your license, insurance, and registration on display.
It's ineffective and it's too much of a hassle and a violation of the typical person's rights. So Rehnquist said, well, unfortunately, the way they're doing it is actually wrong. So they backed up and they explained how the Supreme Court is going to look at this with respect to the Fourth Amendment. So they agree that when you are stopped at a vehicle checkpoint, if even for just 25 seconds, that is a seizure under the Fourth Amendment. No question, that's a seizure. The question thus becomes whether such seizures are reasonable under the Fourth Amendment. So there's no warrant, they just stopped you at random. Is that reasonable? And Rehnquist wrote, it is important to recognize what our inquiry is not about. No allegations are before us of unreasonable treatment of any person after an actual detention at a particular checkpoint. So he then says, you know, there's no question that drunk driving is a problem. And you have to look then at how much of a hassle is this for the average driver?
Oh, this should be fun. That's crazy.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Good, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm Officer Tully West Hills DUI Task Force. We're just out checking for impaired drivers
Sure.
tonight. Thank you. How's your night going?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good.
If you
good.
it's a little dark.
Anything to drink tonight? Anything to smoke? Nothing like that?
Sir, no.
All right. Where you coming from?
The racetrack,
Gotcha.
or the speedway.
I got you. All right.
I'm heading to Sheets. I'm coming back this way, so I don't know if...
No, we don't have anything set up.
okay.
So good.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.
2 inches later.
What, are they setting something up on this side now? What the... Ooh. What is going on here? Someone trying probably... I don't know. This is weird. This guy just went there. Okay. Oh, it's on this side now too? Oh my god. The guy said we didn't have any on this side. I gotta go through this again. The reason I'm coming back this way, in case you're wondering, is because that Sheets there is the only place I can get my car washed because they're touchless, so... I don't know if we're gonna have to go through this again or what the deal is. I didn't think I'd have to wait through this again. Jesus. There's a roll of back window down this time. Cause, shh, we got tinted windows. Dude, there are like so many cops. It's insane how much goes into this. Like, there's Pittsburgh police, there's troopers, there's like everyone and their mother is at this thing. So they are doing it on this side. I'm gonna go through this again. Oh my god. They're gonna think I'm nuts. Good, how you doing?
Got a driver's license with you?
Yeah.
Did you already come through here?
Yeah, I was told the guy went to the, had to go to the sheets down there. I went to the car wash.
Yeah, I remember seeing your car.
Okay.
You got a lot of things going
I
on.
know.
You can't really forget it.
I know. I had to get my,
Worth it to go to Sheets?
you had to get, they're the only ones that have the touchless car wash. You can't go, like they're all, the one in Moon.
Yeah, but it doesn't really get everything off, you know what I mean? I know what you're
I know.
because you don't want your ride scratched.
Well, no, because I have that spoiler on there, and that brushes will,
Sure.
I'm afraid it'll tear it off. And I'm so bummed because the one in Moon is $20 a month. Okay. I would totally do that, but they have brushes.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Kind of,
So I have to go all the way out to this one to wash it. So.
Man, just do it.
I know. Sometimes I'll hand wash it, and it definitely is better. But yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I know what you mean.
It does a good job though for $7.
Yeah, for a quick job.
Yeah.
You know,
Now-
but to do it right, you got to get out.
You gotta,
get the
yeah.
on it and
Yep.
Get that zip wax on it.
Yeah.
You know, to pick up your buddies.
Yeah.
Tire. You
That's
know,
it. Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
It's a cool car. All right.
Thanks, man. Hey, be safe.
And he wrote, the weight bearing on the other scale, the measure of the intrusion on motorists stopped briefly at sobriety checkpoints is slight. And at that point, you realize which way he's going on this. So he also says that this bit about checkpoints don't work. He said, this case involves neither a complete absence of empirical data nor a challenge to random highway stops. During the operation of the Saginaw County checkpoint, the detention of each of the 126 vehicles resulted in the arrest of 2 drunk drivers. Now, you can do percentages and math on that and so on, but he said that there have been other things that they've upheld, such as doing a checkpoint for illegal aliens, and they found even fewer in those checkpoints, and that was still upheld. So in sum, the balance of the state's interest in preventing drunk driving, the extent to which this system can reasonably be said to advance that interest, and the degree of intrusion upon individual motorists who are briefly stopped
So DUI checkpoint wouldn't rotate the camera, and you can't turn left. It doesn't even say DUI. It just says that the right lane is closed ahead and a sign back there. So if I wanted to turn and did not want to deal with this checkpoint, they blocked the access to the houses where I could turn. So I'm stuck in this all the way through no matter what I do. So I'm just going to set my phone right here and see what happens.
My brother actually just got caught in a DUI checkpoint recently, man. He texted me. What he wanted to send was, hey, man, just got pulled over by the cops. They want to test me for a DUI. But what he ended up sending was, they want to test me for an IUD. And I don't think I've laughed that hard in 3 months. Because that is female birth control. I go, how do you feel? He goes, I'm pretty confident. I was like, I'm pretty confident too. He's like, I only had 1 beer. I was like, bro, if they're gonna test you for an IUD, you might wanna have a couple more. I don't know what the procedure involves, but it sounds invasive.
Impaired. Mr. Gray, you ain't gonna get Howdy, sir. I know you ain't impaired. Mr. Gray, you ain't gonna get through this. How are you doing, man?
Right,
Jay Killier.
I'm Jeff. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. I want to see your I and your D. Do you got it?
I do.
Oh, I love it, man.
You want to see it?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, he's good.
I got my ID on me at all times.
I have been waiting forever to be able to say that. You're good, sir.
All right. I am carrying a firearm, so.
Thank you. It's a great state of Florida.
Amen. Amen.
Be blessed, sir.
God bless.
Good night, Mr. Gray.
Y'all too. Have a good one.
Doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Well, I'm Officer Cleo with the DUI Task Force. Obviously out here, holiday and everything, just to make sure everyone's being safe. That's all. That's all. Do you have any fun plans after the 4th?
I don't answer questions.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one, sir.
Do I just keep going?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
What's up, guys? Edgar, the cop watcher, checking out the checkpoint right here on 7th Street, Long Beach.
Okay, y'all. I don't know if you've seen this in any other state before, but I swear only in West Virginia they let you know when a DUI checkpoint's coming up.
Sir. All right.
I'm Officer Egan, Hammer PD. We're doing a DWI checkpoint. Do you have anything to drink tonight?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions? Okay, sir. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You sure say, oh boy.
Can I have your license, please?
Why?
Because of the DUI checkpoint.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? Leave. Because I know what you're doing. Come on.
Leave. I know what you're doing.
Okay, just write me an inspection on the ticket then.
Well, you can wait here.
Okay, that's fine.
Put the vehicle in park. I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle.
What for?
Because I can smell that marijuana emanating from the vehicle, like I told you back there.
I don't answer questions.
I'm about ready to figure it. John, like, being that he smelled marijuana, he has I'm just telling you, we have authorization that you have to come out of the vehicle. Like, we don't want to have to, is the door unlocked? We're going to have to force you out if you don't, unfortunately. We don't want to do that. If you just have, like, we're not
I don't answer questions.
We're not concerned about a little amount of lead. We're just trying to, there's no need to damage your property or anything.
I don't answer questions.
All right, well, I'm going to unlock the door. We just need you to step out. Oh, here,
Wait, don't.
just hang on.
I'll get out.
I'll go out.
Let go of me. Am I detained?
Unbuckle the seatbelt.
Am I under arrest?
Unbuckle the seatbelt.
Am I under arrest?
You're gonna be if you don't cooperate any further.
Wait.
John, we can talk about it back there. I spoke with you before.
Reasonable suspicion. What's the reasonable articulable suspicion that you just detained me, and why am I under arrest? What is your reasonable
arrest rate?
You just detained me. The traffic, de facto detention. What reasonable articulable suspicion do you have to detain me?
Pull down the last officer, please.
Yes, sir.
How you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Go ahead and roll your window down for me.
This is fine, sir.
Do what?
This is fine.
That's fine.
Yes, sir.
Why is that fine?
Because I can hear you.
How old are you?
Is that a required question to answer?
Yes, sir, it is.
I'm 21.
Stay right there for me.
Yes, sir.
I need you to pull right over the side, right there, right there.
Am I being detained?
Pull over to the side, right there.
Am I being detained or am I
Pull
free to
over
go?
to the side, right there. Okay, step on out.
Am I? So I'm being detained?
Either pull over the other side, or you can step out right here. Which do you want? Pull right over the other side and stop the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Put it in park, shut it down. Unlock your door.
Sir, am I being detained?
Unlock your door.
Would you like me to take off my seatbelt?
Yeah. Come on out with your hands first. Talk to this gentleman here. Step on back here.
Almost all drivers have encountered a DUI checkpoint on the road, but one organization's viral video shot in Florida is telling drivers you don't even have to open your window to breeze right through. Is it exercising your rights, or could it keep drunk drivers on the road? Fox 13's Haley Hines is live with the video creator's message. And Haley, is this legal?
Well, yes, Kelly, it is. The idea here is not that you can drink and drive and get away with it. In this video, the driver hangs this plastic bag, a bag like this, from the driver's side window. It contains information like his license, his registration information, insurance information, but he never says a word.
It's New Year's Eve, just before 10 in Levy County, Florida. Jason Gray knows he's about to hit a DUI checkpoint.
And this is my Fair DUI flyer, and you can see it has the Fair DUI flyer language. I remain silent. No searches. I want my attorney.
Inside the plastic bag, all the identification he'll need: license, registration, and insurance.
The window rolled all the way up, and that way I will not have to open my window. Because the second you open your window, they can say they smell alcohol or drugs emitting from the vehicle. And in the moment that you speak a word, they can claim that your speech is slurred.
He pulls up. Deputies shine a light on the note, take a few seconds to study it, then send him on his way. Yes, it's perfectly legal in Florida.
No, I had no idea you could do that.
This video has gotten more than 1 million views since January 1st, and not surprisingly is stirring up controversy. FairDUI.org founder Warren Redlick told us over Skype the intention isn't to give the drunks a get-out-of-jail-free card.
A lot of people are uncomfortable with the idea that police can just stop you for no reason. And that's, you know, if you're not comfortable with that, this is a good way of handling a checkpoint. There are good cops and there are bad cops. The purpose of this flyer is to protect innocent people from bad cops.
In the 7 times they've used the card, he says it's never failed. Still, Tampa DUI defense attorney Elliot Wilcox has a word of caution.
It's legal. Yeah. But you draw attention to yourself, and you better be squeaky clean going through it, because otherwise you give them another reason to pay attention to you. And if you're not squeaky clean, that could be the worst thing that happens to you.
Now, law enforcement agencies do make it known when they'll be out on DUI enforcement. They just don't always say when. Florida Highway Patrol spokesman Sergeant Steve Gaskins tells us the intention of these checkpoints is not to violate anyone's rights. They're to manage traffic and pull DUI drivers off the road. Bottom line, whether your window is up or down, he says troopers are trained to spot signs of impairment.
Just off the beach. He just jumped the first at beach.
Andrew's a dreamer. He has big hopes and big aspirations. I met him about a year ago. He came into my office and he was charged with DUI. But he was adamant that he was not driving under the influence. I got to know Andrew as a person. I got to know some of those dreams and hopes that he had. And his plans would have been crushed by a DUI conviction. I talked to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor did not want to believe that Andrew was not guilty. Despite having a plea offer to a lesser charge, Andrew made the brave decision to move forward to trial. At trial, he was found not guilty of all charges. Andrew was able to move on with his life, and it was one of the most gratifying things I've had the pleasure of being a part of in my legal career.
Rolling your window down?
I do.
You do? Why is that?
Yeah. Am I free to go?
Huh?
Am I free to go?
The sobriety checkpoint, okay? I'm Officer Trujillo in New Mexico State Police.
Hi.
Conducting the sobriety checkpoint. Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
Am I free to go?
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
Am I free to go?
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
We can do this all night long. Am I free to go?
All night.
Okay.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight? Hey, Chief. How do you want to handle this one, Paul?
Oh, sovereign citizen.
Good evening, sir.
Hi.
I'm Officer Armijo at the Park Police Department, okay?
Hi.
We're conducting the sobriety checkpoint.
I understand.
Only checking to see if there's anybody been drinking alcohol or narcotics. You haven't consumed any alcoholic beverages or anything like that tonight?
Am I free to go?
After I finish talking to you. Can you roll your window just a little bit because I'm so short and I can't smell into the vehicle?
I prefer to leave it right here.
Just a hair more if you don't mind.
No, thank you.
And then I'll let you go on your way.
Am I free to go?
Not yet, sir.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained, sir? Am I being detained?
No, sir.
Okay, am I free to go?
Yes, sir.
I am?
Where are you heading to?
I'm free to go? Okay, thank you.
Watch yourself, sir. Go ahead, sir. Let's go through.
Read the Constitution. It just worked.
How are you doing, sir? DUI checkpoint? Have you had any alcohol to drink tonight? You're not going to answer any of my questions? Sir? Sir? Sir, how are you doing? Is your car in park? Hey, you got a supervisor? You got a supervisor? Refusing to answer my questions.
Name and personnel number?
My name is Officer Aaron Johnson, Boulder City Police Department, P number is 291.
All right.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Cervantes! Sarge!
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
What did you say your name was?
Officer Aaron Johnson, P number's 291.
Boulder City PD.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
All right, thanks.
Have you had anything to drink tonight? Refusing to answer my question, Sergeant.
Okay. Sir, we just need to know if you had something to drink tonight, that's all.
Okay.
Okay? You just have to answer that question and you'll be on your way.
I have to answer?
Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir?
What's your name and personnel number?
My name is Sergeant Cervantes, P number 7456.
All right.
Okay?
Am I free to go?
Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir?
Sergeant Cervantes, am I free to go?
Have you had anything tonight, sir? You can have a nice night, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, how are you this evening?
How are you, sir?
DWI checkpoint, can I see your license and insurance, please?
You got a what?
License and insurance, please.
For what purpose?
DWI checkpoint.
DWI checkpoint? Is that a what state law allows for that?
Do what, sir?
What state law allows for that?
It's state law that we can do that.
What is the law? What is the actual law number?
I don't know. If you need to talk to somebody about that, you can pull right up there where the lights are and talk to them.
Okay. And so the only purpose of this is for you to just look at my license and my insurance?
Yes, sir. And just checking on people, making sure they're not drinking.
Okay. Because that's federally not legal unless you're under the Fourth Amendment, right?
Well, I'm not going to argue with you, sir.
Well, I'm not arguing. I'm just asking.
I'm not up to speed on that. I just take care of things and then
Okay.
talk to you up there, please. Sir.
Okay. May I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Are you're a deputy or a sheriff?
Reserve deputy, yes, sir.
Okay. What is your name?
Darren.
Darren. What's your last name, sir?
Varble.
And do you have ID or like a badge number or something like that? Okay.
There.
Cool. All right. And so, if I give you my license and my insurance, then you'll look at it and then I get to go, or I have to stop there no matter what?
No, sir. You can go on if it's current.
If it's current?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if not, and I go over there and I talk to them, what happens?
Yes, sir. And they'll probably give you a citation if it's not current.
Well, everything's current. I've not been drinking, so.
Let me see it. You can just go on.
Okay. And would they know what law
Yes, sir.
number it would be? Okay. And I'm not trying to harass you. Understand?
I understand.
You know.
That's fine. You can go on up there and talk to them, and they can probably quote you the laws, or they got a book that'll tell you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. And
Stay to your left and go in there with the lights on.
who should I ask for?
There's several deputies up there that can assist you.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
What's going on?
Can I use the restroom up here?
Did they tell you to come in here?
Yes.
Alright. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and
registration?
I do.
Why did they tell you to come in here then?
Because I have to pee.
Oh, the restroom? Yeah, you can go. This is a checkpoint, so that's why I was wondering.
Okay, I mean, am I supposed to access that a different way?
Yeah, you're supposed to go up there, but you can go up here and just go straight. You'll find us.
Okay, I appreciate it. Y'all have a blessed day.
How's it going?
What's up?
Put your helmet on real quick.
Sure.
What's up? You got anything to drink today?
I don't want to answer any questions.
You haven't had anything to drink or no?
I don't want to answer any questions.
Have you had anything to drink today, sir? I can detain you for an hour. Just answer me yes or no.
No questions.
Want to pull over here for me?
Are you ordering me? Where to? Where?
It's very simple. Just asking if you had anything to drink today. That's all.
I heard you.
Okay. So if you had anything to drink today.
I told you no questions.
Could you do me a favor and lift up your visor for me?
I'm not going to do any favors.
Would you lift up your visor now, please?
Are you ordering me?
I am now. No problem.
I told you no questions.
Why is that?
Let me know when I'm free to go.
All right. Have you been drinking at all?
Let me know when I'm free to go. I'd like to go now.
Do you have any ID on you?
I told you no questions. Are you demanding ID?
Yes.
I get it out of my pocket here.
Please, please. No alcohol today. That's all we're asking. We're just
I told you no questions.
Safe. Okay. Here you go. Feel free to leave.
Have an incident report number, please?
We don't have an incident report right now.
Well, you can get one for me.
Do you want my card?
Sure.
I can give you my card.
And you're the one who stopped me. You can write it on his.
Please call me and I will give you all the information you need to know.
Sergeant.
All right. Sorry to inconvenience you. We're just running the checkpoint, making sure to keep our road safe. All right.
Why'd you pull me over?
I didn't pull you over, sir. You're the next one in line. Random check. Wouldn't have been paid if the guy in front of you.
Why'd you pull me over here? I see. I'm free to go, right?
Yes, you're free to leave.
Weighs in favor of the state program. We therefore hold that it is consistent with the Fourth Amendment. The judgment of the Michigan Court of Appeals is accordingly reversed, and the cause is remanded for further proceedings not inconsistent with this opinion. So here's what you have to realize, is that the case that went to the U.S. Supreme Court, they were ruling on just the Fourth Amendment issues. They were not ruling on the Michigan constitutional issues. So when the case got sent back to Michigan, the part of the case saying it was a violation of the Michigan Constitution was not upset. So as it stands right now, DUI checkpoints are illegal in Michigan, as ruled by a court of appeals that said it violates the state constitution, but not the U.S. Constitution. And that's what's going to happen when you need to look this up in your state, is to find out if your state has had a ruling on this, or whether your state's outlawed these things or addressed them through the legislature, because that's happened also. But it's quite possible that your state doesn't have these because they're illegal under a state law. Most of the people who ask me about DUI checkpoints are asking me specifically about the Fourth Amendment. And all I can tell you is Rehnquist and a majority of the U.S. Supreme Court have ruled that the DUI checkpoints do not violate the Fourth Amendment. So I did find a list of the jurisdictions that do not allow these kind of checkpoints. And it's often because they violate the state constitutions. So those would be, according to the list I found, Idaho, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Oregon, Rhode Island, Texas, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. That'd be 10 states that they're against the law. One other state, Alaska, does not use checkpoints even though it has not made them illegal. They just choose not to. And Montana uses checkpoints frequently. Some states combine their efforts in setting up sobriety checkpoint initiatives, such as the Checkpoint Strike Force, jointly run by Virginia and Washington, D.C., Delaware, West Virginia, and Maryland. And then also in California, they've had some litigation on this issue as well. So whether or not these things violate the Fourth Amendment, the U.S. Supreme Court says no. Whether they violate your state constitution, possibly. So you need to look it up in your state. But if you're in Michigan, the case of Michigan Department of State versus Sitz, that case ruled that they are illegal in Michigan under our state constitution. So are DUI checkpoints legal? Depends on where you are. But they do not violate the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution, at least according to a majority of the U.S. Supreme Court.
Freedom of speech or obstruction of justice. Controversy over this sign held by Parma resident Doug Odalecki standing on the sidewalk.
They wanted to make me take down my sign.
Odalecki was given a ticket and the police confiscated the sign. Northeast Ohio Media Group reports officers are already required to let residents know a week before a DUI checkpoint is set up, and a few hours before the exact location, start and end times must be available to the public. So it's safe to say Odalecki wasn't telling the public any information that wasn't already available, but police say it was the language on his sign that obstructed justice. Officers took issue with the "turn now" part of the sign.
Okay, you're being issued a citation for obstructing official business.
Odalecki says police checkpoints are an abuse of power. Some of the stats: Parma police have approximately 4 checkpoints a year, according to a spokesperson. Last Friday, 1,592 vehicles entered the checkpoint and 499 were checked. In a video of the incident posted to YouTube, you can see the officers approaching Odalecki calmly and telling him he can keep the sign.
You can stand here with the sign, but you're going to have to get rid of the "turn now."
WJW-TV reports Odalecki plans to fight the ticket in court.
How you doing, sir? We're doing a DUI checkpoint. You have your license on you?
Can you identify yourself, please?
I'm obviously a police officer.
Do you have a name and a badge number?
Yeah, right here. Can you read?
I'd like it if you pronounce it for me.
I can't hear you.
I'd like it if you pronounce it for me.
Officer Rivas.
What?
Officer Rivas.
And your badge number?
Right here.
Is your body cam running?
What's that?
Is your body cam running?
Yep, everything's good to go. All right, do you have your license on you, sir?
Before you get started, I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
I'm not going to search your car.
I also want to let you know that under the advice of my attorney, I'm not going to answer any questions without my lawyer present.
I'm not asking you any questions. All right, sir. Any alcohol tonight, sir? No, he's that's what he's doing.
Good night, sir.
Last night we came in and we drove through a DUI checkpoint at 6 p.m. And that might be the most Escondido thing I've ever done, is have a cop go, "Have you been drinking? It's 6 p.m. If I have, let me go home. I'm clearly having a bad day." Like, why would you give a man a DUI at 6 p.m.? The sun is out. You can't do that. Let him go home. He had a rough day. It was a Friday. That's a work day. That means he's driving home drunk from work. Let him go.